Hello, welcome to Market Analysis channel. On this chart, I will be doing analysis on Celer network. Celer network is hovering around the support zone, which it has bounced up earlier, but it has a little resistance. That's a mini resistance from the 50-day average line. It couldn't follow through from there, and now it's coming back to retest its support zone the second time. Possibly it can test the 200-day moving average line, and it can decide to move back from the support zone instead of testing the 50-day moving average line. But this time, some things are happening. When you look at the correction from the 50-day average, you can see that the volume are well below the average volume. That's an indication that selling has been exhausted and the price is dropping with no more further sellers coming into seller network. And just little buyer will overwhelm them and send the price upward. Our focus now is how the price is reacting towards this zone. If it finally have an upward close bar and it has an above average volume, that will indicate to us that an entry has been made and buyers have resumed and will take in our trade and expect it to rally up to point 3, which is its prior resistance zone. And once it finally break above point 3, we know the uptrend has resumed in seller network. Let me zoom out and show you what has been happening for extended period of time now and see how seller network has been behaving. The market bottom around beginning of the year, and when it bottom, seller network notched a very good rally up to point 1. That's around 178% increase. Then the seller come in, they push the price downward, cause the correction to drop back to 2 at the 50-day 200-day moving average line. While it was dropping before the price finally get to point 2, the volume was well below the average, which shows that the selling has been exhausted. And when buyer came in, the price rise up drastically around up to point 1, and it's break above it a little, creating another resistance zone in that area. And after that, the seller come in again, they push the price downward a little bit. When you look at the volume was well below average volume as well, and buyer come in again, they send the price upward towards the same area of resistance level, and this explosive bar came up, this reversal bar, which now shows the sellers coming with full force. And now the sellers push the price downward to the 50-day average line, they break below it, and now getting close to the 200-day moving average, which we have this exhaustion bar. And when this exhaustion bar happen, the buyers try to regain their strength. After this, we have several inside bar. Let me count: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have about 6 inside bars that occur. That shows the direction is unclear at that moment, and finally the buyer finally won the battle, but they are still below the 50-day average line. That is what is causing this little correction that makes it come downward. Assuming they are above it, it will have been fine. And once they get to the 200-day and the support zone, they add more to their strength and finally rise above the 50-day average line. Yes, the next focus will now be on point 3. So the focus here now is for the buyers to notch an upward close bar with above average volume, and once they finally rise above the 50-day average line, they should focus on point 3, which will mark the uptrend resumes area. And our target is the distance from the last leg, and the last leg was the distance from the market bottom up straight up to point 1, which is around 178% increase. From point 1 to our support zone, we haven't have any additional rally. All these are still within the prior resistance and support zone, which is around point 1 and point 2. And from there, until we have a breakout from point 3, that is when we will be very sure that another rally has well begun. and our target zone is now at 0.08000. That's the same distance from market bottom to point 1. One last thing which I want you to look at, you can see from point 3, when this correction was coming downward up to this area, the volume was well below average. So that shows that the sellers are not in charge. They are only getting weaker and weaker as the price continues to drop. So we wait for the buyers to strengthen up and push the price upward. This is the target for the analysis. So if you are holding seller network, you can still, once it break point 3, your target point, it will be reached. If this analysis really help you and you want more analysis like this, and you want to receive updates anytime I post analysis, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button. If you have any question, you can like the video, post your question in the comment section. I'll see you in the next analysis. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.